joining us for the first Tech Tuesdays. So excited. In honor of Tech Tuesday, I wore my Hooli shirt. I am a technical person. And with me today, I've got Daniel Kim, who's Vice President of Sales over at Shape Software. Daniel, thank you for joining us and being our first Tech Tuesday victim.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate the opportunity. Really excited to be here today.
So I had an opportunity to meet Daniel because Shape Software. I was wowed by some of the things that they do with their CRM. Just like when you come up with all the things that you want a CRM to do, including texting, having actually the ability to make phone calls directly from the system. It does so much of these things, but it's not something that is meant for organizations that are you don't have to have a minimum user base of 500 employees. This is good for those companies and also small mom and pop, originators, independent originators. And that's really who our audience is independent originators. So from that, I said, Daniel, I want to learn more about it. And we did a demo and we said, something, this would be cool to do this like live on Facebook and share this experience. So here we are today. So what basically you're going to experience here is Daniel's going to take this through a demo as if I was, own a mortgage company and I would had questions. And Daniel, I want to know, what can Shape do for me? How can Shape the future of my business? And without further ado, Daniel, if you want to take it away, I will share your screen now.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll go through a really quick demonstration. And just to give you a little background on myself, I've been in technology sales for about 16 years, and I've been selling software for about 8. And Shape is by far one of the easiest to use systems I've ever encountered. And the benefit is that you get an enterprise level system for a very low cost, and even individuals could use it and benefit from it. So that's what really excites me every day. So without further ado, let me show you our company website. There's just a few things I'd like to go over here. One is that I already mentioned it's a very easy to use software. So that's really important because if it's easy to use, then people will use it. So adoption is really the key. The next thing is that it is screen optimized. So it works on a desktop computer, a laptop, tablet, and a smartphone. So it is mobile optimized and it's 100% responsive. So it shrinks down to the appropriate size and you can use it from any device. 5-star rating across the board, 15,000 users strong, so we take a lot of pride in that. And at the very, very bottom, this is really important. On our footer, on the legal tab, we have what's called a SOC 1 Type 2 certification. So this is really important because we're housing a lot of personal identifiable information. So you want a company that has this certification so the data is safe. And the next thing I like to point out on our website is that we have security protocols. So both physical security, network security, staff processing, and redundancies. So solid system, solid company. Without further ado, let me log into a demo database. You'll go to a web browser, preferably Google Chrome. You'll type in secure.setshape.com, and then your email address will be your username, and you're going to enter in your password. So this is how you and your loan officers will log in each and every day. And the first thing that you're going to see when you log in is going to be an executive dashboard. So think of this as like your daily newspaper. So you're looking at all the metrics. How many new prospects have I entered into the system? What was assigned to me? What was the total contact attempts? What was the total conversions? And then what was the conversion percentage ratio, right? And then you have your conversion graph when that took place. So it'll show you a bar graph right here. And then the next thing is the communication overview. So this is measuring all of your omni-channel approach of emails, calls, and text messages. So it's measuring the activities of yourself and your loan officers. And then below that is going to give you a marketing source overview. So it's telling you where you're getting your leads or referrals or inquiries from. So word of mouth, referrals, maybe some purchase leads from various different vendors. We have also connections to Zapier and Flowify and lead pops. So maybe you're doing some social media advertising. The next thing is a weekly calendar overview. So we are connected to both G Suite as well as Outlook. So this is like your to-do list. And then at the very bottom is going to give you a status breakdown overview and a pipeline funnel overview. So it's a visual way of looking at your pipeline. So we do have bi-directional integrations with loan origination systems such as Encompass, Calyx Point, as well as LendingPad. And so the nice thing is that you're getting the information back and it's telling you exactly what stages and what statuses all of your borrowers are at. Okay. Any questions, Andrew? No questions? Okay. Let me go to the profile. And I'm going to show you how quickly and easily you can connect to your G Suite as well as your Outlook. It's a one-click connect. So this is how you connect your email. So emails going out of the system are going to go out from your email credentials. And we also have a bi-directional sync with your calendar. And so the benefit here is that the built-in calendar in Shape, you have right here, anything you schedule in Shape's calendar will be in your respective G Suite or Outlook calendar and vice versa. So that just eliminates, having to navigate from one system to the other. One other thing is a lot of loan officers, brokers, lenders, they're juggling a lot of leads, a lot of, deals. And so there's a lot of, balls in the air. So how are they contacting their prospects? So everyone has their own method to their madness. What we can do is we can incorporate that into what's called a prescriptive methodology. What I mean by that is if you go here to the Prospects tab, which is located in the upper left-hand corner, and you click on what's called a Prioritize View, this is now sorting and organizing all of your prospects in the manner in which they should be called. So this is something that you can customize, and then you can have your new leads call as soon as possible at the top of your queue. You can have your attempting contacts call 6 times, the contacted leads, schedule next steps, the pitch deals rate quoted. So yeah.
I'm just curious. I want to. So this is great on desktop. I want to know if you could give us an example. I don't know if you could show it on your screen, if you could reduce it to see what it looks on mobile. Because listen, we're trying to teach our audience, that they should get out of the office, that they should get away from the laptop.
Right.
So if there's anything that you can share to talk about, and maybe you can't share it on screen by reducing it, but talk a little bit about the mobile experience, because I just think that's so important. But we're not making money if we're sitting in offices not connecting with people. It's something that that large retail mortgage banks can do no problem, and they can do it better than us. What us as independent mortgage originators, can do and do really well is be able to get out and interact with our community. It means many cases using our phones to interface.
Well, I can't show you on this screen, but Andrew, I don't know if you could show my webcam, and I have my cell phone with me, and I could quickly show you that this is my cell phone.
Okay.
So I logged in, and you'll see that it's 100% responsive, and I'm just scrolling, and you could see my metrics, and you could see the graphs, you could see all the marketing sources, right? You could see the pie chart and the funnel graph. So the benefit is that you literally have access to your system at your fingertips.
So now does
I don't know if you.
I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
I see it now. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So by the way, if you're watching this, you got to get the live demo of this stuff, and you'll hopefully be able to show them a little bit more of the mobile screen. So, but can you do texting and the phone call directly out of that? Using mobile.
You can. So this is a fully responsive system. So I could literally go here, go to my prospects tab, and I could text, I could call, I could email right from my cell phone.
And that texting is using the CRM texting, not your own phone texting, right?
Correct. And so the reason why we do that is because we want to house all the information in our system. And so basically any text messages that are going back and forth from that prospect is stored in Shape. And when I did a demo for a bank, their compliance officer was on the line. She loved that because she said that God forbid anyone loses their cell phone, all that communication would be lost. And more importantly, you have the empirical data of all the communication back and forth with that person. So that person cannot say that you never told me that. You have it all in, basically in the system.
And let's just call a spade a spade. Sometimes text communication could be a little too casual, and sometimes loan officers
right.
can be a little too casual, and without having the record of that, you could be in a bad situation. So fantastic.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. So thank you for bringing that up. And then just going back to this prioritized view, if you could see my screen, is that it just basically plans your day for you. So you don't have to think about, gosh, who am I going to call? Who am I going to call next? Who did I speak to last week? All you do is just simply call from the top down. We do have a built-in dialer. It works in conjunction with, basically your computer. And all you need to do is just have a headset that plugs into your computer. And let me demonstrate how that works. You just hover over this little phone icon, click it, a pop-up window appears. You're gonna now hear my computer ringing. Oops, sorry about that. And then it's now gonna connect you to that prospect. So it's that quick, it's that easy. And if you don't get a hold of that person and you get a voicemail, you just click here and you can leave a pre-recorded voicemail in your voice on that person's answer machine, right? And then you just simply go here, select the call outcome and the status change, put in a little note if you'd like, log the call and add the notes. And now an automated email and an automated text message is going on your behalf. And if you want, you could record the call. And if you have some loan officer assistants that are making the initial calls, you could also transfer that call. And then the rep only has to do a simple click on the next call and they're off to the races. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see CID. So this caller ID will display whatever number you wish, your office line, your cell phone line, and so they're going to know who's calling now. Okay. And so that's going to be very beneficial because it's going to save you a whole lot of time, and you're really utilizing the element of automation where the system is leaving a perfect voicemail, sending out a perfect email, and sending out a perfect text message to that borrower. So that's really how you can use that dialer. And then if I click inside one of these records, you're going to see that all the fields are geared towards mortgage already. So it's pretty much ready to go out of the box, right? And there's even a section for the referring realtor. So you could put their contact information right here, and then even their picture. And so that allows you to do some co-branding marketing. Social media information, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a connection with Google Maps. So if you put the subject property address, you can now view their home by just clicking on the satellite view, zooming in, and this will show you maybe some surrounding neighborhoods, some schools, shopping areas. And then we have a connection to Zillow, so you can get an estimate of their property, or they like to say Zestimate. And other people like Realtor.com, Redfin.com, and Homes and Trulia for other references for more accurate data. The other thing I would share is that we have a quick app. And so the benefit is this is like your mini 1003. And in this kind of digital mortgage era, what people are doing these days is they're getting a point of sale, like a Flowify. And the benefit is that could do an online application, and then it does the data request uploads, and that could just dovetail straight into Shape once you activate that file in the POS. And now you have your mini 1003 already populated. And then once you have this information, what you may want to do is go through a payment calculator. So we have a built-in calculator that'll amortize the loan, so you can give them payment, interest, and principal. And there's some alternative calculators here too. And then once you've gathered all this info, you just go to the upper right-hand corner. You could either download this to a Fannie Mae 3.2 and import it into your LOS, or you could sync to your loan origination system, such as Encompass, Calyx, or LendingPad, for instance. And so now you have that sync, and the processor is going to do what they do as far as gathering STIPs, W-2s, financials. And then as milestones are being achieved in the loan origination system, it's updating Shape. And then the other thing is we also have a processing checklist. And so you can make sure that you're doing all the right things. So this is a prospect. So this is a prospecting checklist. And then if you go to borrowers, you'll see that there's a completely different cadence of how to approach this. Now it's an application status, submitted to processing, pre-approval, underwriting, clear to close, and then funded. And if I click on one of these records, you're going to see that there's a different set of processing checklists, right? So this is the borrower processing checklist. So as you're checkboxing these areas, application received, open escrow, and title, it's keeping you on top of your deals. And more importantly, you can also trigger emails and text messages to the appropriate parties. So maybe it's a referral from a real estate agent. And so what you can do is basically send them a referral, send them a update of this prospect saying Desiree is in application status. And so the realtor doesn't have to keep on bothering you saying, hey, Andrew, where's Desiree's file that I sent you last week? Now, when you checkbox this area, they're going to get an email or a text message or both that, they know that it's an application status.
So Daniel, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With that system, do you have like a set scripts or text recordings like text messages that are populated into the system, or do I got to create this all from scratch?
So we have out of the box, ready to go emails and some text messages that you can use. However, it's always encouraged that you use your own content because you want to differentiate yourself from any other company out there. And, honestly, you're going to want to build your brand. So the email templates that we have available are right here. And if I click on one of these, you'll see that there's already content here, which you're more than welcome to use. But you can edit or change the verbiage to whatever you would like.
That's awesome. So it comes right out of the box. It's ready to use, but I can go in, actually customize it, put my own flavor on it as I wish. That's awesome.
Exactly. And one thing that I would want to mention to you, Andrew, is a lot of folks these days, they're incorporating video. So BombBomb.com is a company that we work with. And if you've used that in the past, you know what it is. It's basically a way for you to record short little videos and embed it right into the emails. And people are people, right? They look at pictures and they look at videos. So if you have that in the emails, guess where everyone's eyes are going to gravitate towards? It's going to be the picture and it's going to be the video, right? And now it really helps you to build your brand.
That's fantastic. So that means actually, your thank you for the referral can be a video, and I can use this to create like personal videos for one-off messages. It's not just marketing status update messages, but I could say, hey, I want to send Brenda a video message for thanking her, for the introduction to her cousin.
That's right. Absolutely. So you could do these one-off videos, one-off emails, one-off text messages, and you could just send them out. So basically in our system, we have a resources section. And so you could store all of that information and all those videos right within the kind of like this repository. And you can just choose how you want to send it out via email or, send it to them via text if you'd like. So multiple different ways you can send it.
That's awesome. That's very cool. So what would you say, actually, from the originators that go through your presentation or that have, I shouldn't say go through your presentation, that have become clients, become Shape clients, what is the thing that they get excited about the most? Like, what is like the one thing where they're like, this changed my business and the trajectory of our business?
Absolutely. So time is money, right?
Yeah.
And so what we're able to do is we're able to basically get rid of the mundane minutia of having to stop what you're doing, send an email, stop what you're doing, send text message, remember people on their birthdays, their anniversaries, holidays, or to send like a annual mortgage review. So now what you do is you have all that built into the system and let the system do the work for you, not the other way around, where you take on a second job, programming a software. You don't have to do that anymore. Basically, you're leveraging this tool that's saving you time and making you more money.
And listen, we all know we should be doing these things. We all know, we should
Right.
be, requesting the annual review. We all know we should be wishing people, happy birthday, happy anniversary, thanking everyone for our referrals, doing actually video in our messaging. But
that's right.
Doing this all and managing this entire process ourselves is really, really difficult. That's why I love actually you guys make this easy to do. So listen, I want to kind of wrap this up.
Sure.
What's the, so if someone wants to get a demo, what's the website that they're going to go to?
So they would just simply go to setshape.com and then the / and then it's my name, Daniel-Kim.
Okay.
And whoops.
All right.
Sorry, put a little typo there.
I'm going to scroll it on the bottom. So let me make sure I have it correctly. Okay, Daniel D.
Yeah, setshape.com. Whoops.
Okay, maybe you see right there. It's showing on the bottom. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. So that's the best way. And you could just choose like maybe a 30-minute demo. And I could just kind of show you the highlights of how the system would be applicable to you and your company. So I don't give cookie cutter demos. There's a lot of things that I'll say as far as functionality that are the same. However, what I try to do is understand your business first and then give you a tailored demo that's more applicable to the way you do business.
Yeah. Listen, I've introduced you to a couple of friends of mine. They love the system. They felt like, I've been told that they felt like the system was like just for them, like was created just for them, because the way actually you're able to do this now. Now, by the way, I think most people have, in the industry might have not even have heard of SetShape. But I think it's an important thing to understand, actually, that you guys are this huge company. You happen to have CRMs for many other verticals. I mean, you look at this and frankly, I was just amazed that you guys understood mortgage so well and worked within the flow of the process from mortgage so smoothly. And then I was amazed to learn, actually, that you have all these other industries that you've just kicked butt in. To me, I think what's important about that is we know actually we're not dealing with a startup that's just doing this, with a few hundred or a few thousand users. You have how many users you have right now using?
So we have over 15,000 users.
15,000 users. That's fantastic. Beautiful. All right, listen, Daniel, thank you so much for joining us, for making actually this our first Tech Tuesday. Watching this, you found value in this. We're going to keep doing this every Tuesday. I'm not sure where we're going to be able to go from here, because this is one of my favorite new techs in the industry right now. But stay tuned and follow actually us, National Mortgage Professional Magazine, and make sure you reach out to Daniel Kim and connect with him and get a personalized demo for you.
Yeah, and keep in mind, you're either in shape or you're out of shape. So you want your business in shape.
Yes, I love it. Fantastic.
Okay.
All right. And on that
note, Andrew, thank you.
We wrap up the first Tech Tuesday. Daniel Kim,
all right.
Thank you so much.
Thumbs up. I appreciate it, Andrew.